Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into the fascinating and often surprising ways the Ottoman Empire influenced European history. The Ottomans weren't just a dominant force in the Middle East and North Africa. They were deeply intertwined with Europe, shaping its politics, culture, and even economy in ways you might not expect. From unlikely alliances to cultural exchanges and surprising political maneuvers, the Ottomans knew how to leave their mark. Let us explore 5 moments when the Ottoman Empire left an indelible impact on Europe. Number 4 is guaranteed to surprise you. 1. The Franco-Ottoman alliance, a diplomatic earthquake. Let's kick things off with one of the most controversial partnerships in European history, the Franco-Ottoman alliance. In 1536, King Francis I of France and Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent joined forces to challenge their mutual enemy, the Habsburgs. This alliance was a scandal at the time, a Catholic king teaming up with a Muslim sultan. But the alliance was incredibly strategic. The Ottomans provided naval support in the Mediterranean, while France opened its ports to the Ottoman fleet. One of the most dramatic moments came in 1543, when the Ottoman navy, led by Hayreddin Barbarossa, wintered in Toulon. The French even evacuated the town to accommodate their Muslim allies, a diplomatic gesture unheard of in Europe at the time. This alliance wasn't just about defeating the Habsburgs, it was a statement that political and economic goals could trump religious divisions. Together, France and the Ottomans reshaped the balance of power in Europe, leaving an impact that echoed for decades. 2. The Ottomans, the Reformation, and the 30 Years' War. Did you know the Ottoman Empire indirectly influenced both the Protestant Reformation and the 30 Years' War? In the early 16th century, the Ottomans were expanding into Central Europe, clashing with the Habsburgs for control of Hungary and the Balkans. This forced the Habsburgs to divert resources away from suppressing Protestant uprisings, giving reformers like Martin Luther the breathing room they needed. Luther himself called the Ottomans the scourge of God, believing their invasions were divine punishment for the Catholic Church's corruption. But the Ottomans' influence didn't stop there. A century later, during the 30 Years' War, the Ottomans once again distracted the Habsburgs by launching military campaigns on their eastern borders, including a significant campaign into Poland in 1621. By keeping the Habsburgs tied up, the Ottomans unintentionally shaped the religious and political landscape of Europe. Their military campaigns created ripple effects that allowed Protestant movements to take root and survive, while also influencing the outcome of one of Europe's deadliest conflicts. It is a striking example of how interconnected global history can be. 3. Dutch and Ottoman exchange. Moving to the Ottomans and the Dutch rebellion during the 80 Years' War. In the late 16th century, the Dutch were fighting for independence from Catholic Spain, and the Ottomans, rivals of Spain, indirectly supported their cause. Here is where it gets interesting. The Dutch reportedly admired the fearsome reputation of the Ottoman Janissaries, the elite and disciplined Ottoman military corps. Some historians suggest that elements of Ottoman military culture may have inspired Dutch psychological warfare. Though there is no definitive evidence that Dutch soldiers adopted Janissary attire, the Ottomans' military prestige was well known in Europe and may have influenced how the Dutch sought to intimidate their Spanish foes. This story highlights how the Ottomans' influence wasn't just military, but psychological, crossing borders to shape events far away from home. 4. The coffee craze in Europe. Now, let us take a look at an event that changed European culture forever: the introduction of coffee, courtesy of the Ottoman Empire. Coffee had long been cultivated in Yemen and enjoyed in Ottoman territories, but it was the Ottomans who brought the drink to Europe in the 16th century. Ottoman merchants and diplomats popularized coffee in European courts, particularly in Venice and Vienna. By the late 17th century, coffee houses modeled after Ottoman Kaffeehaus began popping up across Europe, becoming hubs of social, intellectual, and political activity. The term Turkish coffee became synonymous with exotic luxury, and European coffee culture was born. Interestingly, Coffee did not just influence European lifestyles, it also fueled debates. Clergy in some regions initially condemned it as a Muslim drink, while others embraced it as a stimulant for productivity. Over time, coffee became a symbol of modernity, and its Ottoman origins were often celebrated. So, next time you sip your morning brew, you can thank the Ottomans for your caffeine fix. 5. The Ottoman role in printing in Europe. Finally, let us dive into the Ottoman Empire's unexpected contribution to the spread of printing in Europe, a story that often gets overshadowed by Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in the 15th century Germany. Gutenberg's press revolutionized Europe by making mass production of books possible, fueling movements like the Renaissance and the Reformation. However, the Ottoman Empire played a surprising and complementary role in expanding this technology. When Sephardic Jews were expelled from Spain in 1492, many found refuge in Ottoman cities like Istanbul and Salonika. These Jewish communities brought printing technology with them and set up presses to publish religious texts, scientific works, and literature. Here is the twist. Unlike Gutenberg's movable type, which was focused primarily on Latin and European languages, the Sephardic presses within the Ottoman Empire printed in Hebrew, Ladino, a Judeo-Spanish dialect, and even Arabic. These books began to circulate through trade and migration, introducing European scholars to new knowledge, languages, and ideas from the Ottoman world. This cultural and intellectual exchange had profound effects on Europe's intellectual landscape. For example, books printed in Ottoman territories often included commentaries on science, medicine, and philosophy, reflecting the empire's diverse intellectual traditions. While Gutenberg's press was a groundbreaking innovation, the Ottomans helped diversify the range of texts and perspectives that were accessible to European readers. By supporting Sephardic Jewish printers and fostering a multicultural society, the Ottomans indirectly contributed to Europe's information revolution. Their embrace of printing added depth to the intellectual currents sparked by Gutenberg's invention, showing how interconnected the histories of Europe and the Ottoman Empire truly were. So there you have it, 5 moments when the Ottoman Empire left an indelible mark on European history. Which example surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more fascinating historical content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.